16 hours focus. I'll made later, 39 to 47 comments later, 6 to 8 months later, approximately 396 months later, the really next night, 250 hours later, wait, whole after tomorrow, while 1, while 2, while 3, while 4, while 5, while 6, while 7, while 8, while 9, while 10, while 11, while 12, while 13, while 14, while 15, while 16, while 17, while 18, while 19, while 20, while 21, 6 to 7 seconds ago, 7 to 9 minutes later, approximately 4 to 6 days later, 20 seconds later, 62 months of sleep later, 15 to 20 photo tunes later, 8,558 hours among us meanwhile, 15 movies later, while after timesheet, 1 to static scary later, 73 months meanwhile, 45 to 50 second while, 5 million decades later, at the chickens donkeys, while after time night fofo tunes 21 ping, many centuries later, the next fan animation, a few minutes to trial full later, while at the prosty crab, later, at the fisters, 82 hours who, 58, and at 8 hours ago, no, 27 years later, after pl 1413 to 129 title card, many attempts to fix the FOFU decade later, 64 decades 56 million hours, 70 minutes 2 tic-tacs Broad Boy Blue later, 95 days later after Umbrella Circus Teenage, 75 to 85 fallings later, many attempts to fix the FOFU animation phone later, several attempts to fix the Vineria later, 60 peers 25 strings 93 biscuits 49 jantillion hands later after pink too many eat vouchers where my face later many times later after pink mom is better blood baby tunes 550 weeks later, 1 year later, minute after tomorrow, several second usage later, 75 fallings later, many attempts to fix the fourth later, 17 years later, many centuries later, 16 indillion decade later, so later that the old narrator orange baby pink baby crying eyes up on its cheers fan animation, secondly, that day, 12 days secondly, moment after tomorrow, when holders air apps flex, 12 days seriously, many attempts to fix the happy balloon later, when the nice failed, the next 3, 9.5 paranoia filled second ago, many tic-tacs later, after 1 million billion trillion rugillion million gibsillion rechillion runillion millistavilion tupsillion lapipillion paranoia, filled time later, after the food 5,285, 624 gata on 528 and 137 and 54 in 6 minutes 40 second later, many attempts to fix the black hole later, many attempts to fix the Wenda later, a considerable longer than a few moments later, much meanwhile, apparently, at the robot land, 36 miles later, many attempts to fix the Kinemaster later, many attempts to fix the pink later, many attempts to fix the widescreen later, or that morning, much meanwhile, 17 minutes later after Fufu Tunes, Part 71 Editor, Nemaster, 60 Black Hole later, many attempts to fix the turn level later, 54 months later, 1 sign later, 10 month ago after Keep Heavin' Fluff, 9 Riz later, 8 cameras later, 60 second at the SpongeBob's Game Frenzy time later, month after Half Towels 5074 Ridge Crystal phone no everyday the 4 to 9 and 50 minutes loaded April 5, 2026. Many attempts to fix the one tunes later. Apparently that morning. Apparently that tonight. 30 to 60 rotates later. 4 and a 7 hour later. 1 rotate later. Apparently that night. 50 second later. When they arrived thanks the times. The next eternity like more eternity. 7 days later. 6:28 am. 73 months later. 9,000 days later. Considerable longer than a few tic-tacs later, several months later. The very next drive, happy 6th anniversary, 1 idiot roomy, ultra up and later, many times later, and relax this pinky baby color red. The next bikers long have bikers, 16,340 hours later, 7 to 8 to 9 to 10 to 12 and a half decades later, 42,030 hours later, too many one tunes video 4 later, a per day very than approximately 8 more darks later. Many investors attempts to fix the hourglass later. 0 hours later. 53 seasons later. 30 bus rides later. See next morning that parallel in universe. 19 movies later. When Pinky Mom is no shirt, no pants. Many attempts to fix the chips later. 95 decade later. 1 coward later. 2 decades later. After Wenda fell asleep 1:38 a.m. 2 nanohours later. After Friday very boring then approximately 28 kilometers later after times. Crabs. Try again. 2015 season 917 episode. 2:47 a.m. Many attempts to fix the ice cream angry later. Many attempts to fix the monitor keyboard mouse speak music chair camera record later. Many attempts to fix the alarm clock later. 36 seasons miles later. When you died this dark souls. 40 very boring approximately 37 seconds ago. After Pinky fell asleep on 2:47 am. Many unbreakable attempts to fix the master later. Many attempt to fix the audio library later. Flashback of sound master. Many unanimal attempts to fix the game over green screen later. 7 bus rides later. Many attempt to fix the 0 second later after master error 4050 miles many years later. 58 doors ago. Many attempts to fix the jump scare green screen later. Many attempt to fix the game over green screen later. 1 hour later after Sky fell asleep on 1:47 a.m. Many hours later. 8 hours, 6 minutes ago. Kilometer after 5 asleep on 2:47 am. Many attempts to fix the Class D torrent later. 60 fallings later. 86 fallings later. Several 15 highs later. Many attempts to fix the gift of gum later. A few bullet kitchens later. 3 minutes later after Pinky arrived at the moon. Many attempts to fix the bad piggies later. 40 moments later again. Ariana later. That hour. 7 hours later. Ariana at school. Ariana at the Krusty Krab. Apparently that day. 1 mile later. 40 moments later. Day 14. Day 15. Day 16. 7 to 41 2 hours later. 1 to 5.5 minutes later. 1 to 5.5 hours later. Late school again. Late school again. Many attempts to fix the end robot land later. Late school again on 5:28 am. 5 hours later. 1 nanoweek later. 1 nanomonth later. Mile at the Krusty Krab. 17 milliseconds later. A few hours while. Nanoseconds later. 72 more hours later. 12 nanomonths later. Many attempts to fix the asins later. A few hours later. Many hours of making a new master later. Considerable that day in a parallel universe. Apparently back in the 1 full hour of idiot music later. 736 hours later. A few unbreakable hours of Skydee toilet later. 1 nanocentury later. A lot of considerable later. 1 full hour of Go Bananas music later. Many attempts to fix the 6 hours ago later. Many considerable hours later. 85 what plus later. Hour at evening. 1 nano ago. More game overs later. 84 seconds later. 3 to 15 miles meanwhile. 987 tic-tacs later. 7 long hours later. Meanwhile back in the approximately 62.5 tic-tacs. 7 what posts later. Apparently at the logo. Meanwhile after while Foven Tunes Hoopsie Day. 5 centuries later after Pinky Get Baby Cry times old 70. Age wax dad angry. 50 Fovu Tunes later. Apparently at the binary baby on the all. And 3 hours at Perfect's 84 minute. Later, 16 hours while 58 miles later, 880 hours later. Ariana that morning, 1 Adin later, Ariana that tonight, Ariana that today, Ariana that day, Ariana that to morning.
See you next. No.
Apparently at the Durable Angry series Fofu Tunes to fix the end of the game later. Many attempts to fix the Fofu Tunes later. Many attempts to fix the sound later. Apparently at the Edges driver. 1 Hoopsie later after Pink Beautiful. 27 Wendis later. 1 hour while 1 second Ariana. 53 hours while 60 hour Ariana. 1 You died later. Many menace later. 2:48 and after times he jokes. 38 tic-tacs meanwhile. 37 jump scares, Squid after hours later, 95-second later, after SpongeBob's game frenzy there tomorrow 7 phone 12.4 in minigame, you, Fufu Tunes, Spronky Dad is angry, later.
Cookie dance is the go-go.
Shut up. Back at the Elements Fisherman's 1 hour alien many classic keyboards. Flights later that minute many attempts to fix the sky later 47 minutes later after Spunty Roddy Dad is angry part 11 855 nanoseconds later even more broken falling attempts later 11 screams later 274 Fofu tunes later 15 much minutes later, many attempts to fix the microphone CME 9 note later, who at the crusty crowd, attempts later, many very boring seconds later, after Angela Tom Snow Christmas, many fallings later, many attempts to fix the toy car minute later, many attempts to fix the lays later, many attempts to fix the orange blast circle later, many attempts to fix the past early see next tonight, when Pink Baby Crying dies Spronky funny animation tired, 1 gillion thinkillion strandillion jamillion fetchillion coinillion decillion greedillion time later, several hours later, a few inches later, 37 minds age.
Many attempts to fix the chimneys that the old narrator hedges 1 full hour if campaigning music ago. Fingers gonna approximately decade 274 country motes many chilly seconds later. Intent of loss.
Many attempts to fix the sky age early later, 1 scream later, 12 rotates later, after seriously game over, inches moments, hours, seconds decade later, 358 and the next sensory, homework 9 books later, 23 weeks later, after broken camera fix mode 4 mins, many attempts to fix the window later after angry, many very boring hours later after Pinky, and Euros look riding by Sprunty. Many attempts to fix the Kinemaster V2 later, 8 seconds later, moment hour later again.
2 hours, 27 minutes, 25 seconds later.
Actually scary. 27 minutes while. 45 minutes 62 hours later. 12 seconds while. 1 flare fix for too much earlier. 1 hour ago. Many attempts to fix the Galaxy of 32 later.
32 hours later.
Many attempts to fix the pants later. 1 hand later. Several 2 angry sky minutes later. 47 days later. Many attempts to fix the keyboard later. Meanwhile, after tomorrow. Ship after tomorrow. 1 Nana house later. Many attempts to fix the Nana house later. Many attempps to fix the house ago. 95 very boring months fix the clock later. Many attempts to fix the bubble later. Pink mum 48 seconds later. 59 days of Oranha later. 61 hour later. 20 months while. After Pinky Baby Crying and Sky Bowl 3 hit, Ultra, 55 minutes seconds ago, after Smith's early school 31 minutes 25 seconds later, 40 years later, many attempts to fix the torrent later, Rihanna that night, many attempts to fix the You Died later, 2 You Dieds later, 29 decade how to use umbrella there later, 16 hours of making a new Spronky Simon Dad is angry part. 6 fan animation later, many attempts to fix the window ago, many afternoons later, many afternoons earlier, 9 windows later, 85 hours ago, new pie spronty later, many attempts to fix the plasty super later, 62 hours of sleep earlier, many seconds to fix the past later, 74 hours so much later, that the old narrator battery that's after moments, earlier monetary comeback hitting likes hoodies, 4 to 6 more interest ago, hot to cold hours later, hot to cold more hours later, 2 flights homeless later, 53 to 63 to 73 to 83 milliseconds later, 60 paranoia filled images later, 83 hours, seconds decade later, 4 hours, 3 hours, 2 hours, 1 hour later, 4 hours, 3 hours, 2 hours, 1 hour later again.